I am Dr. Sushmita Edwal. I am Assistant Professor in Mahatma Gandhi Occupational Therapy College, MGOTC. So my topic is neuro rehabilitation approach used in occupational therapy. First is Bobath approach. So what is the history of Bobath approach? It is also called as neurodevelopmental therapy, neurodevelopmental treatment, as it is currently referred to in United States. Originally began as the Bobath concept, a treatment approach developed by Bertha and Carol Bobath in 1940s. So it developed by Bertha and Carol Bobath. So that is called. It is also. So what is the history of Bobath approach? It is also called as neurodevelopmental treatment approach, and it is developed by United States. Originally began as Bobath concept, and it is developed by Bertha and Carol Bobath in 1940s. So what is neurodevelopmental model? So motor control and its production refers to two systems of output: the open loop, that is voluntary control, and the closed loop, that is postural control mechanism. So it include voluntary control and postural control. So what is open loop system? That is voluntary control. It commands sequences of movement that are centrally stored in the nervous system and that serve the function of mobility in the production of isolated joints and limb motions. Then next is closed loop, that is postural control. So what does it mean? Dependent upon afferent feedback for the elicitation of its automatic movement that serve as the principal motility or stability of the organism, prerequisite for the development of normal movement behavior, and it arises from pattern of coordination. So next is reflex theory. So the basic unit of motor control are reflexes. Reflexes is equal to purposeful movement. The damage to CNS result to re-emergence of an inability to control the reflexes. So in NDT there is hierarchical theory. So what is hierarchical theory? It includes motor control is hierarchically arranged. CNS structure involved with movement can be grouped into higher, middle and lower level. Higher center regulate and control the middle and lower center. Damage to the CNS result to disruption of the normal coordinated functions of this level. The next is system approach. System approach is defined as it suggested that the CNS does not operate in strictly descending manner. No higher levels with which to control the operation of the lower level. There is a mutable relationship between the various levels so that each level will alternate between command and subordinate roles in relation to the other level. Then original theoretical framework, it based on the work of Jackson, Sherrington and Magnus, who described the nervous system as hierarchical in nature. Model higher brain center exerted control over lower center. Example, the cerebral cortex control superseded that the brainstem. So cerebral cortex is controlled by the brainstem. So difference between old theory and new theory. So in old theory hierarchical brain organization is there, and new theory is system model. Then old theory is static posture and position used for treatment. It includes static posture and position. And for new therapy, client is an active participant in the session. And for old theory, progressing the client through normal developmental milestone, and new theory developmental milestones serve as guidelines but should not be strictly adhered to. So in new theory there is no developmental milestone we will give, but for the guidelines we will use developmental milestone. Then for old theory, development of control proceed in a cephalocaudal direction, that is mean brain to foot. Then for new theory, control of movement develop in proximal to distal or distal to proximal, that is mean proximal to distal and distal to proximal direction. For old theory, work on component of motion which the child will then apply to function. And in new theory, client must work as a functional task to learn the skill. Then again old theory, CNS viewed as the controller, automatic postural control mechanism simplified the responsibilities of the CNS in control of movement And for new theory, CNS determines the pattern of neural activity based on input from multiple intrinsic system and extrinsic variable that establish the context for movement initiation and execution. And for all theory, positive signs including spasticity and abnormal coordination of movement are the most important aspect of sensory motor impairment. And for new therapy, negative signs include weaknesses, impaired postural control and paucity of movement are recognized as equally important as positive sign in limitation of function. Then for old theory, muscles and postural control determine the quality of pattern of posture and movement used in functional activities. And for new theory, task goal and task oriented approaches, experiences, individual learning strategies, movement synergy, energy and interest all the affect of the final action. So basic idea of Bobath approach, it includes the abnormal pattern must be stopped not by modifying the sensory input but by giving back to the patient the lost or undeveloped control over his output in developmental sequence. The next is basic pattern of posture and movement, that is the dieting reaction and equilibrium responses are elicited by providing the appropriate stimuli while the abnormal pattern are inhibited. The next is basic idea of Bobath approach is in this way the patient is given the opportunity to experience normal movement. The sensory information of correct movement is absolutely necessary for the development of improved motor control. Treatment therefore concentrate on handling the patient in such a way as to inhibit abnormal distribution of tone and abnormal posture while stimulating or encouraging the next level of motor control. So traditional view is principle of treatment of Bobath approach is normalizing muscle tone, inhibit primitive reflexes, facilitate normal posture reaction. Treatment should be developmental and techniques is handling weight bearing over the affected limb, utilize position that allow use of affected limb. So reconstruction of the NDT approach, hierarchy to system theory, it developed hierarchy to system therapy. Problem in the adult patient with stroke, Bobath is used in stroke patient. So if abnormal tone, loss of postural control, abnormal coordination, abnormal functional performance are there, so what are the goal of patient for stroke? Decrease the influence of spasticity and abnormal coordination, improve control of the involved trunk, arm and leg, retain normal functional pattern of movement in the stroke patient. Thank you.